So, talk to me. Why this set? No, why this game?
I think this is so. Okay, let me check if I even sent the right one. Yeah, I believe it's a FD game against Shorts, Toronto player.
Oh, that dude. Okay, yeah. I know him.
So I picked this game one because I think if we're discussing like edge guarding and just like neutral states in melee, I think FD is like it kind of streamlines that in my opinion, and
Mhm.
it kind of condenses it and makes it easier to I guess like point out. And it's a Marth game. I am I'm kind of working on the Marth edge guard and just like thinking about edge guarding as a whole. After a conversation a few nights ago, uh, that after that conversation, I had this session with him. So I think you'll kind of see I have like a knowledge debuff almost in this game where I'm kind of thinking a lot on just like the like where to be and like how to edge guard and just like appropriate spacing.
Okay. So basically, you're not sure where you're supposed to be when you're edge guarding. Like that's the like when you're in edge guarding, pushing advantage, things like that. So what we want to do is we're looking for the biggest opportunities, and we're trying to clean all that up. Do I have it right, or am I completely off base here?
Like yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it. Obviously, like spacing is very matchup dependent, but I think there's good general notes that I think I'm lacking in.
Okay. What would be those general notes that you think you're lacking in? Like, sorry. So, what are the areas that you've? Okay, know what? Let's watch it. I'll share my screen, and then you point out things as they come up. Because
For sure.
I think that like if I ask too many questions here, we're just like this is an area you said you're not as like familiar with. So I don't think me asking tons of questions here is like gonna yield what I'm hoping for. So,
Right.
let's get cracking. I don't know. I always think of him as a spacey slayer. I don't really think of him as like good at the Ditto, but I've never really played him in the Ditto, so I don't know.
It was honestly just like a fresh in my mind situation of just like the Marth Ditto. That was particularly after the conversation that we had.
Okay, I want to see that again because this looked a little. So okay, so you respawn. We're gonna just like look at it from here. So when you hit that near, what are you trying to do with it?
Mm, I think even subconsciously, I'm not too sure. That I've been I'm a very habitual nairer as a Marth.
Okay,
I there's not a lot of I've never really I won't say that I don't think about what's after it. I don't think I've necessarily pushed what is like an option after it.
gotcha.
If I
So
could-
this is it.
Yeah.
So, well, let me ask you then. When you hit people with soft fares and at like say like 30, 40, or they're on the ground, you push them away. What do you do after that? Do you have a plan for what you do after those two? Like, or is it no? Sorry, do you have a plan with what you do after those, or is it just kind of like a just roll with it?
It's a very roll with it attitude.
Okay, so this would probably be
Yeah.
it. So let's actually flag that. I'm gonna make a note of that. What to do after? What to do after?
I think if
near
they're like
fair.
CC and I probably like they're probably gonna down or not down tilt. Oh yeah, no sorry, they're probably gonna like down tilt, like CC down tilt at that low percent.
Okay.
And then it's like it's kind of back into the mix up of low and high.
I mean, it can be, but it could not. It doesn't have to be. So
Yeah.
like, so one thing I would say is that let's like look at how you do this hit again. So here's what I want to point out. Nair is really powerful. Like as a move, it has a lot of knockback early on. Because he ASDI is down on this like pretty hard, but you can still see that he gets pushed pretty far. Right? Because you were here, he went here. What do you think would happen if after this dash forward, you then dashed back? So like,
Excluding the weird jab, I think it would Uh, it would play into like it would avoid like I guess like short hop fair or
Okay. So you think that he has time to short hop fair after getting hit by that nair before you can grab him?
no.
So like,
That's why I stopped.
right. So like, but you are picking up on something, which is good because there is something important going on here. So what are Marth's good? Like I know Marth doesn't have good get off me moves, but like what are his get off me moves after he gets tapped by something like this?
F smash,
Yeah.
dare, because dare's kind of quick.
Yeah, I noticed we were like avoiding some very obvious ones. Is there a reason why we're not saying grab?
Oh.
If it didn't cross your mind, that's a-okay. Like I'm not judging you.
I didn't really cross it. I wasn't necessarily avoiding it.
Okay.
I was just kind of thinking of things that hurt people, but grab does hurt. So
grab is like grab hurts them the most, I'd think.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna say. So after we hit this nair, so like this is the frame where we're actionable. Like this on the next frame we're actionable. This is the situation we're in. So after you hit this nair, he's actionable first because we had to fall. Okay, are you with me so far?
Yep.
Cool. So here's like the kind of like the breakdown of the situation. So the move that we need to there are moves that hit his instant moves are like the things that we have to be most concerned about because he is technically plus. So he's plus, but we hit him, so he is being pushed away from us, and we have more control over our character for that reason, because we're going to be able to we just landed from a control aerial.
Yeah.
So I would say that like we're more like fluid kind of in a way. Like I don't know how to do motion, but like actually arrow would be good. So we have like more control over our character, like with where we want to go, but he is like technically plus. So with that in mind. The thing that from his perspective, that he wants to use is he wants to seize control back of the situation if where possible. So what that involves is playing to his attack, like the fact that he's positive because he auto canceled first.
Yeah.
And like we were like when we were like here. So I would say grab makes a lot of sense from him. I'd say F smash because that's when you said. F smash is actually pretty good because it's okay versus the things that are good versus grab.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, how would we beat the grab? Like, if we think he's gonna grab this early, what do we do?
Flat dodge.
You could. That's only beats
or dash back.
There we go. That's the broken one. Like that's the unfair one. So like, here's one. So dash back. What's another like? So dash back makes a ton of sense because it checks this. So this is good on this, but this is good on that. You see what I mean? Because it's just like this one winds up overshooting the dash back a lot of the time.
Right.
Now, what's another thing we could do potentially upon landing?
I guess shield to avoid like the F smash, or sorry, to avoid the F smash, but then get grabbed.
Well, let's watch this a little bit. So like he's gonna be sliding away from us, right? So, like, he's attacking, like, this is, we're moving, the only reason we're this close is because we're moving forward, right? So another option you could is just, like, hold position. Like, we could crouch there.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Yeah, because, like, the thing is, he's still subject to the momentum of he's still being, like, the momentum of the nair is still impacting him, so he's going to slide back to about here. Is this starting to make more sense?
I think so, yeah.
So, like, he's going to go from here to here. So if we just, like, sit in place after we hit him, like, we're good.
Yeah, and then now he has to, like, play it out of the corner.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to do that on your play, I think he still might get you because you were drifting in pretty hard. But you had a good fast fall, so I'm not totally sure. But what I'd say about the standing still option is if you're going to do that, you want to, like, adjust your drift as you're coming in a little bit so that you're, like, trying to, like, pull back and fast fall. So how this looks is basically instead of doing like this, you do something like this.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, this would be, like, pull back, like, fast fall back or in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. in place. Because yeah, it looks like you fast fell forward, but like you had to like the soonest one possible. So like that's kind of the good thing here. In general, I find with I would say with characters like Marth and Sheik and Captain Falcon and Ganondorf, characters who can like just straight up land in spots that are outside of nearly all of the opponent's like quick get off me moves. This idea of like just like tapping them and landing outside their like grab range, Sheik F tilt range, Falcon grab range, or like Peach down smash range. The idea that we're just tapping them and put with Nair and pushing them outside of that zone, and then we can just like observe them for a moment and see what they do. That is really powerful.
Yeah, and you know what? I started to realize that recently, where if I just kind of like tap a spacey in like the corner, they kind of like freak out, and I just like stand there and like F smash. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're off the stage now.
Yeah, and it plays to one of Marth's, and the great thing here is it plays to one of Marth's key strengths, which is like his range advantage. Because like it's what we are doing is normally like Marth's moves are weak, so like the opponent is very highly encouraged to gamble into Marth because it's kind of like a big component of beating him in general. But then if we're setting up our initiation in a way where the weak power of our moves either is being circumvented because we're using a move that actually has relatively high power in the rest of our kit, like Nair, or we're using our drift to negotiate, like to like find a safe landing spot, or we're doing both. That is a good way for you to that is a really good way to gain the upper hand. Now let's see here. So remind me, where does your fair come out?
Where's my fair come out?
Yeah. So, like, where's the hitbox right now?
Like, parallel in front of me.
It's like...
Or, sorry, no, the hitbox is, like, kind of, like, at, like,
yeah.
a 45-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you make this hit? Because this is almost perfect.
A little bit of drift in.
Yeah. So, like, this side B is, I think, something that we want to be... This side B, I'd say, is something that is absolutely worth, like, flagging for the Marth Ditto, because this is like a huge thing. If you don't know to like drift in here, you will just miss all of these. The cool thing here is it also checks something else some of the time that's also pretty good. What do you think it is?
Like after the up throw instead of doing side B?
Yeah, like after he up throws, there's something else he can do to protect himself.
Jump.
Yeah, and if we're drifting towards him, then we're cutting off some of his jump zones, right?
Right.
Yeah, that seems good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the work backwards thing, because I want to, and I think it's effective here. So let's, tell me, how did we get this grab? What happened here? How did we get here?
Marth Ditto jank. No.
I mean, we can put that down, but I don't know how, like, replicable that will be.
Yeah. I just shielded a pretty, I shielded I would say a poorly spaced dare.
Yeah, so basically, you F smashed, and F smashed to and then then shield.
Was it F smash into shield, or was it like a weird dash dance thing for a second?
It was F smash.
Okay.
Like we'll play back the tape like real quick so you have confidence. Oh wait, that's not quite far enough. Let's go here.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Don't apologize. It's like we wanted to confirm. It is important to be accurate. I was about to say Africa, and I was like, what is wrong with me?
Just like the wrong word.
So F smash, then shield. So then short Marth, this is blue because this is him. So short hop dare, and then hits bracket hits shield. Because this is what's happening here. And then from your end, we have shield grab. And then what happens next?
Up throw into short side beam and whiffing the following up fair.
Very good. So up throw, full hop. And then he would side B. And then we'll say fair in place.
Yeah, the most accurate.
And then what we'll say here is, we don't want it fair in place. We're going to go fair forward. Because then, like, that goes here.
So is the reason you're pointing this out is also just because, like, it also covers more than obviously just side B? Like you said, how it covers, like, the jump zone?
It covers him falling. It covers, which means that it therefore covers him attacking. It covers him double jumping forward. It keeps you closer in case he double jumps away. The only thing it's worse into is counter, I think.
But that's kind of like something that I'll have to figure out throughout the matchup and just see, like, how that player is.
Well, the thing about counter is that, like, I don't even know if it necessarily is a problem here. It might be, but, like, counter is not invincible on 1. And it's not going to, like, hover him here the way that side B does, so you might still be fine. It's the only thing that jumps out at me as, like, something that's maybe not quite as good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's like, it just looks like it beats everything. Or, like, beats most things. Like, you're offensively very favored here. Remember, Marth does not like it when people are close to him. Like, here. So after this fair, like, what do you think you should do after... Like, this is another common one. So, like, you jump out of this. Like, you get this tipped fair. It's gorgeous.
F smash.
Oh, wait, no, it's not tipped. It's soft. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So after you hit after you hit this soft fair, what do? You have, like, 3 really good plays. You have 3 really good plays here.
I'm not too sure if F smash necessarily hits here. I think he's a
What?
little too. Am I smoking weed and crack right now?
Bruh. F smash F smash hits here like 10 out of 10 times.
Okay.
Yeah, like, because you're like, what? You're wave dashing? Dude!
I wave dash down tilt. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what I was doing there.
Maybe you were smoking something. Like, god dang. Like,
I was sober this night, I remember.
Okay, so, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about, like, what we could be doing better. So,
Yeah.
here's, like, okay, so you get this, like, amazing fair. This is, like, such a friggin' good fair. I mean, so, in this spot, after hitting that, there's of the 3 plays, I think F smash at this % is the least good. I think that the other 2...
because of the percent?
Yeah, he's only at 34. Like, it still works, but, like, thanks to the magic of modern play, we have, like, much more cruel, efficient ways of killing Marth here. So the ones that I like are, you short hop forward with fair chain. So, like, short hop forward, either double fair or, like, shuffle fair. Either's fine. And the idea is that you're trying to create, like, a push combo that, like, takes him off stage and, like, lets you continue to carry with fairs and or spike him.
Yeah.
That's option 1. The second option is very similar, but it punishes the DIs that are, like, designed to beat the fair stuff. What you do is you short hop forward, so it's the same action, so that it's, like, harder to react, and you nair. Because if they hold in on the nair, they're cooked. Like, then you basically just get this F smash or the fair dare combo, but, like, because, like, if we think about nair's trajectory, like, how would that look? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and because he, like, at this, if I'm, how do I word this?
Take a minute if you need it. It's all good.
I think right as he probably, if he were to see me, and I'm assuming just, like, you know, DI of the player, if he were to see me to short hop, he would probably start DI out. But if he doesn't, then, oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So here, let's consult the mighty, like, just to make this, like, this even easier, let's consult the mighty and powerful calculator. So this is, like, nair around, like, the spot that we're saying we'd do it in. Granted, like, he should be actually, like, actually, no, because we might single hit, we might just do nair 2, like, depending on how we set it up. We probably want to do just nair 2. So all of these are the same hit, property, so we don't have to worry about that. So this is the DI range. See what I mean? So it's like either he accepts, this recovery angle, and bear in mind, Nair auto cancels, so we're gonna like land here, be super actionable, and capable of grabbing the edge to guard like whatever he does from this recovery position.
Yeah.
Or he holds in and explodes.
Yeah.
So like,
because he just fall up from the Nair.
Yeah. Well, he's just like he gets popped up over here and we F smash him.
Yeah, right.
And then tipper him, and now we're tippering him at 44 instead of like 34, and like we're tippering him off stage. So like, he is significantly more cooked in this position. Like here, let's just for funsies do combo snapping for a second and see what this looks like. F smash ID3. Oh wait, shit. No, we need Nair first. I think that this is gonna be laughable, but like this is gonna be laughable, but this is educational, so it's fine.
I just like it just like goes way further than like.
So this is assuming he does good DI. And if he bear in mind, you could also replace this F smash tipper with the same like combo mix up if we want it. So we could also still like fair into spike on him.
Yeah.
So you're just pushing him more effectively into like, honestly, I think that Nair is honestly probably the best play here. Because like, yeah, if he holds in on that, you get that. You saw what the F smash looks like. For posterity, let's see what F smash on DI away looks like. He's just gonna explode. Yeah, like he's like Omega cooked. I have that backwards. It's fine. I get
the idea.
Yeah, you clearly get like why this is so powerful. I would say that this one is honestly so good it might even be worth like making a note of. Cause like this is a kill. This is like you have like probably about a 70-ish% chance of killing him here.
Yeah.
So like after this fair, we'll capture it on the fair. So then like, how did we get into that spot? Like, was that just after we up threw him?
I think so for the most part. I up threw, missed, whiffed the fair, and then him doing side B, and then he dropped down and then got a grab on me, and then tried. You know, it was his turn to up throw fair me, and he missed.
Oh, because he did the short hop fair for some reason. Oh yeah, yes.
Right.
I remember that. Okay, cool. So let's start from the Marth up throw. So this would be him. So we'll make this blue. Cool. So Marth up. No, so we'll say up throw. And up throw, short hop fair. And then what did you do about that? You double jumped, right?
I think I just double jumped. Yeah.
Okay, so double jump. Over falling fair, and then what did you do next? You wave dash, right?
I wave dashed down tilt.
Wave dash D tilt. Okay, yeah. So so if we had to pick one play here to like replace this with, what play would this be? What play are we gonna make this?
Like get rid of that.
Yeah. So no, we're getting rid of this, but like, what are we gonna do instead?
Either like Nair or fair.
Which one are we doing though? We have to pick.
Oh, okay. Short hop Nair.
Short hop Nair, forward AC. And it's important to get the fast, like, it's important to get like the efficient one here, because like that's what like that is what sets up like, because remember he's gonna go over here. We're gonna hit him over here. He's gonna go like here or here. And either way, we're really happy.
Mm-hmm.
And like the in-between ones, you still can tipper a lot of the time. It's just, like the ones that are like around here, a lot of the times you can still tipper. It's just it requires like you'll walk a little bit or something. Good. What are we doing? All right. I get the feeling you do not know what hits you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
especially in the Marth Ditto, I think. I don't know. There's like a almost like a paranoia of like reversals in this matchup that I just like find very annoying, and I don't know. Like I don't necessarily. I guess in the easiest terms, I've never studied anything regarding like punish game against Marth. I've kind of learned and done everything off of what has been done to me, and not put like any extra thought or information behind it.
Got it. So got it. So with that in mind, I'm thinking it might be good to get an exemplar on the screen just for like maybe 10 minutes so we can get some ideas. because I feel like going step by step like this might be inefficient. Because we're getting, like, things, but I think that if you saw more good things happening, you might be able to pick things that, like, some of these connections might make more sense, and you might get a better overall sense of what the goals are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Gommel, like, it's from last year, like, it's about 10 months old, but how would you feel we could take a look at Gommel, Zane versus Ossify?
Yeah, I feel like I remember watching this, and I don't remember any of it, though.
Hell yeah.
Because was that game 5, or was that a different tournament?
I believe this one is 3-1, but it might have been game 5. Let me just double check.
Oh no, or was it it was Big House that they got game 5 and like Zane barely clutched it out, I think.
Gotcha. I think that this one is more instructive, personally. Because, like...
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. So, like, okay. So, first and foremost, let's do a game. They're both at 0. What do you think they're going to go for?
Down tilt.
Okay,
Probably.
Is that what they want to hit, though?
I don't know.
Just hit, dude, just guess.
Well, they're probably gonna run off fair plat or shield drop fair and just like
Grab.
Oh, they just shield drop.
But, like, look at what he's like. Okay, so we have F smash. We have like but this is what I mean. Like, they are, as soon as Zane has the opportunity to do so with his offense, he goes for the grab like when he's in the corner. So I think that one thing I noticed is that when you're going over your threat list, you almost never have grab in there for some reason. As Marth.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like...
As the grab guy.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, Marth is more of the sword guy. I feel like grab guy is more of Sheik and Falcon's thing. But, like, the thing, like, it's still a really vital part of early game because, again, Marth's weakness is his moves are weak. So... Like, his moves are, like, super efficient in that they're long, they're, like, disjointed, they're really powerful, like, they're really, like, good in the, like, in a fighting sense, but they are weak. So, a lot of people will CC, they'll look for ASDI down, they will play for slide-offs a lot. So how do we beat those things? We grab them, because grab gives us a lot of control over the interaction. Because we can throw them in any direction, and there's often reasons to throw them in different directions in this matchup. Like, you have tech chases on 2 of his throws that also double as a DI trap. You have up throw combos in sharking positions. You have, like, throwing people onto the side platforms with back throw in some spots. Like, there's a lot of reasons to do his different throws. So, like, and they all offer their own ways of, like, to circumvent his early game problems. Like, I would be, like, let's look at how Ossify got that stock. I forget if Zane SDs or something, but I think I don't think he does.
He on this stock he goes for like a he jumps off of the ledge and goes for like a bear, and then Ossify just like goes over him and like dares him.
Okay.
So he just like read wrong and then ate a dare, yeah.
Yeah, Ossify was like pretty... I was surprised to see that. Yeah, I'm surprised to see that because, like, I feel like Ossify is pretty far. Like, is pretty high up. How do you think he makes this edge guard work better?
I think not going to ledge.
Oh, I like going to ledge. Why do you not like going to ledge?
Because I feel like if Ossify... If he just doesn't jump, and... I guess it's kind of... It's a weird reaction point if he's just on stage. Because I feel like if he jumps, then you just have, like... You could just, like, full hop or short hop nair him back out. Or if he, like, kind of tries going to ledge, you can just, like, F-smash him.
Okay. Here's, like... I agree you could F-smash him here. I don't love F-smash in general for that type of edge guard in this matchup. My question here is, like, if we just do the same back air that he does, but we just go on stage instead. So, like, from here, from here, instead of going to here, we go to, like, instead of going out to here, we go to, like, here, and, like, we go, yeah, like, here instead. So, like, the back air is going to cover, like, basically this area.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Because remember, it swings down up, so it's going to follow Ossify as he's coming up with his jump. Right? Because the problem is, like, he's out here, but then Ossify goes up. But, like, by doing it, like, closer, like, yeah, he's... You see what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think... Honestly, that's the first time I think I've ever seen Bear used like that. especially in this matchup.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was not a thought process.
That's okay. So, like, that is something we want to flag. Back air, edge guard, good. So, like, normally on stage we don't... Marth is one of the only characters who doesn't really use his back air for, like, on-stage fighting, just because his fair is so much better at, like, in every conceivable way. But that's not actually true. It's better in almost all conceivable ways. But his back air actually has more horizontal range, and it also swings down to up, which is really, really useful in these edge guarding positions. Because if we think, like, it covers where they are and then swings up to hit where they're going to go, whereas fair is the other way around. If we want to cover things with fair, we usually have to go above people or do them, like, super, super early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back air just naturally tracks the jump motion. It's kind of like Sheik's back air. See what I mean?
I definitely want to do that. Like, I think that up tilt out of missed grab is very strong, because I think what Zane was trying to do is try to dash back, grab him, thinking that he was gonna like spot dodge and like try to get like the timing off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like here's that. Let's look at how this worked. So Ossify's basically tech chasing him.
Yeah.
So then like he goes for this, and then Zane. So why do you think Zane is going forward? Like after this missed grab, why do you think he's going towards the corner?
I think to like try to like a turnaround grab and then down throw him off of stage.
I agree that's the reward side, but what risks are he circumventing by doing this? Like what is he like what is he making it hard for Ossify to do?
To re-grab him off of the tech to
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's think about Marth broadly for a second, okay?
Okay.
Is Marth better at covering his front or back?
I would say front.
Absolutely he is, because like his fair F smash, grab, down tilt, all of those are like they all hit one side, and it's the side he's facing that's like the good one. So I think that after overshooting this, I think it's pretty reasonable that for us to assume Ossify is going to turn around here to hit us where we are.
Yeah.
Great. Agreed.
I agree with that, yes.
So, no. What I'm saying... Sorry. I had a hiccup, so I had to pause.
Okay.
So where I was going, though, is... So, if we know he's going to turn around, and we know that, like, Marth's moves are all more powerful in front of him, then I think that dashing behind him, especially if we have, like, a potential Gimp setup to work with, and when we need to catch up, makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm. I also find that when... I mean, obviously I don't know about players this level, but whenever me personally, I miss like a grab or someone else or another Marth misses a grab, usually spot dodge is like a pretty common thing.
Hell yeah, it is.
And to like kind of play around that spot dodge timing and get in like a better position, you know, usually people like either dash through the person that's spot dodging or like kind of like dash chance in general.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, I actually like that he's going through him because, as we just said, Marth is stronger at covering his front than his back. So if we know that Ossify is probably going to turn to us to, like, try to grab us or something, or that he might rather, does it necessarily make sense to dash dance in this zone?
No.
Right, because what could he do instead?
He can dash through.
Yeah, he could just, like, he could grab, he could down tilt, he could F smash, he could, like, fair. Like, he has a lot of threats that can hit at very... So this is actually an important thing to mark down in a diagram, actually. So, like, when Ossify actually, we'll get the next frame when he's actually turning around, because I want to have him facing.
A little more eligible.
Yeah. So, like, here, basically. So I know he's starting his up tilt, pretend he's not. Because this is why this play from Ossify is so good. So let's make some lines on the page. So what would you say about here is like his fair? Maybe a little further.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Okay, and grabs like what here? Maybe a little further out. Maybe like here. Ish. And then F smash is like what here?
Yeah, I don't have my unconscious spacing right now. I can't tell.
Yeah, no, I know, but like these are general ranges. We don't
Yeah.
they're not super precise by design.
Hmm.
And then I think the dash attack would be a little bit further than that, like here maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Near center.
Right. So you can see. So if we are staying close to Marth on this side in his line of sight, you can see why this is so difficult. You can see why this would be so difficult because like if we're dash dancing between like over here and like if let's say we're doing long dash dances like all the way over here to like all the way back, we are still traveling through like 4 different threat zones at any like as part of this, and they're all good moves. Like,
yeah, and it's like, it's very funny how up tilt, just like, because obviously when you see all these threat ranges, you don't want to be there, right? Like you want to do what Zane's doing, but it's very funny how up tilt is just like that one move that just counters that as well. It feels very rock paper scissors-esque, but I hate using that term regardless.
Why? This is exactly what's going on. Like basically, Marth is like Marth's up tilt is basically creating a bubble in like this zone, more or less.
Yeah.
So like this bubble, it makes a lot of sense for Zane to not want to be in Marth's power position. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna go over here where he can chill like in this kind of territory. This makes a ton of sense because it allows him to like play for a Gimp. And it also, like, forces, like... what the hell does Ossify do here? He, like, back airs? Well, okay, let him.
Yeah, he backers after the up tilt.
But what I'm saying is, like, if Zane goes over here... If Zane... Like, let's say he doesn't up tilt here. If he doesn't up tilt, then, like, this spot that Zane occupies that would then take is super, super, super strong because Ossify doesn't have anything in front... Like, anything there anymore. Like, doesn't have really any threats there. He has to turn.
He also does the turnaround up tilt as well.
Yeah, no, like Zane and Ossify, I think his knowledge of this matchup is very good. I think that Zane kind of just gets by like Zane does know this matchup, to be clear. But I do think that like he kind of sort of gets along by to some degree. But just kind of like just being like the number 1 player. Like he just kind of like I don't think he's updated his like knowledge base on the matchup with the same like refinement in some spots that Ossify has. But like he also hits shit like that on the regular, so you know.
You think there's some kind of like I mean, would matchup expression and experience kind of like fit that feeling?
Yeah, like I think that Ossify has a better textbook, but like Zane uses the materials better. If I had to put it.
I see. Yeah, I like that metaphor. Or analogy? I always forget.
It's kind of both. It doesn't matter because they're very similar. But yeah, so I would say this here. So this frame trap, like knowing to do. So a big thing here is knowing to do the up air. Because it's more positive. Because at that range, he's going to get the tipper up air. But if he goes for the fair, he's not. So then, like, the up air still comes out later. So it comes lower to the ground. And then he's able to frame trap Marth with that up tilt. Because I think if he had just faired, I don't think that works. So that's what I mean by, like, his textbook is better. It's like his attention to detail on some of these niche interactions is just quite good. That said, Zane is still absolutely the man. This is a great edge guard. This is one that you should like know off by heart. So do you see how he set up this down tilt?
Yeah, he did get up attack, or oh no, sorry, he just like held down, and then once me personally, I just go off the audio of getting hit, and then I press A, or I kind of time it.
Good. Now, how do you set it up though? Do you usually like look, because to me, the thing that's important here is that that down air is covering some of Ossify's recovery timings.
Right.
Because you see, like, it's not just that he's doing something, the dare, it's that, like, if Ossify up B's there, he will die.
Yeah. So, me, personally, with, like, the CC down tilt, I grab ledge, and then I do a get up attack holding down. And I can see how... Because
And that works. That is a good option. That's a good way to set up.
Yeah, it definitely has its use cases, but I can see how adding just like the dare and then not like going to ledge can just like kind of multiply the coverage on just like a few different ways that the Marth can recover.
Yeah, and this is why I thought an exemplar was a good idea, because like you see how many more ideas we're getting, right?
Yeah.
So
it's funny. After we had the conversation the other night, I just kept watching that like 10-year-old video now of like the 1,000 edge guards of Mewtwo King or something like that, and I just watched it, and I just like kind of like passively absorbed it.
Yeah. So here's one thing that I'm also gonna ask you. So after he does this and he gets into position with this, what do you think do you think also if I can't make it back, right? Like he can't make it back to the stage. No, he still has his. Yeah, so he can't fall. Do you think that if he didn't, do you think if he drifted full forward, do you think he'd be able to like make it to the make it here?
With no jump or with jump?
With no jump.
I think he would. Yeah, because he doesn't start drifting until like right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
But then it looks like he fast falls. Or maybe not fast falls, but it looks like he doesn't try to like come in as close as he can. Why do you think he's not coming in as close as he can?
I think he's avoiding like F smash territory.
So that's part of it. The move you're really looking out for here is that there's a few moves that are worth looking out for. F smash is one of them. There are two that I think are more important. But like F smash is definitely like it is the glue kind of that holds the other two together.
Yeah, then like the other ones that come to mind is like down tilt or even F tilt. I think I don't know.
Yeah, be bold. Explain your answer.
Down tilt, because it also covers like since he does have jump, if he kind of does like a little greedy jump and like commits to jumping to like ledge or something like that, like down tilt covers that. And I think F tilt for the reason of it's a little less laggy as F smash while also having like good knockback trajectories.
Yeah. So I would say that like I'd say that I mostly agree with you. I would say that I don't usually include F tilt. I would say that the moves to watch out for are F smash, fair, and down tilt.
Okay.
Because you can run off fair here. So basically,
right. Okay, yeah.
Because like run off fair basically covers like this space, and then down tilt kind of like covers out to here, and then F smash is just kind of like this big chunky hit that hits like that sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So if we keep this in mind, like it looks exactly like that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, he's avoiding that big chunk.
Honestly, looking back on it in a way, no, never mind, I'm dumb. So I was gonna say there's probably an edge grab opportunity here as Ossify's falling past the ledge, but I realize that doesn't work. Like it's not as good as I think it is. Because, like, if Zane is closer, what can Ossify do to, like, contest him as he's here? Like, if Zane tries to grab the edge, what happens?
He can just up B.
Exactly, so then he'll just hit
right
him.
Away. Yeah.
So, there's I think that we're finding that there's a rule here about why this dare is good.
It just, like, covers early up B.
Yes. By not being hittable.
Yeah. This is what MTK did a lot in the videos that I watched.
You know, Mewtwo King is really, really good. Like, unironically, like extremely good player. So like, this is let's make a note here. So drift, and then like the idea here is like we're kind of doing like this with our drift because we're like moving around these zones to make it as difficult for like Marth to edgeguard as possible. The other thing I'd comment here is if you are closer and you might get hit by like say one of the more committal options but not the others, like if you could be like F smashed potentially, I would say that it's actually really good sometimes to just, if you have your jump, throw out a counter.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
So
I played an unranked Marth the other day. Poor guy. He he liked counter a lot, and I was like kind of being an asshole, and I just kept countering him. I just like kept running up countering. I would just like jump counter at ledge. I was like, oh, this is like kind of effective.
Hype. Let's look at this the Dreamland match, because I think the Dreamland game is a really good demonstration of Zane's strengths. I want you to see. So when we're watching them both play, I want us to like consider what conversions or open ups are they going for at when. So Zane is things into grab are still happening. Like grab, I think is still a really important tool, but there is a little bit of lead in here. See what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like he went like neither of them just tried to raw grab the other all that much, but there is like it's worked into like their scrapping their like footsie game.
Mm-hmm.
Despite them both using their footsie tools, like footsie tools being like nair, fair, and down tilt, what are you noticing about like how like would you say that they're both like taking their time with looking for like their big hits, or do you think that they're we know that they are willing to go for them, but is there anything about what you see here that makes you think that they're like
it's planned?
Is anyone holding anything back, I guess? Or are they basically just going for the big hit after they've set it up a little bit? Like, is anyone afraid to F smash or dash attack or like that kind of thing?
I think yes. I think there is like a little bit of just like wariness on like committal options because of like how strong grab can be after like shielding a dash attack or shielding an F smash and like wave dashing and grab.
So he just missed a dash attack, but he got like, oh, he's probably gonna die here, but maybe he makes it back. Probably not. Nope. Okay, cool. So this actually conforms pretty effectively to what you're saying, because Zane just went for that, and like look at what happens to him. And as we discussed, look at this back here. And there's another one. Cool, huh? Those like cool move. So those are something that I think will help you a lot in your repertoire in general. You don't really go for those in other matchups, do you?
Back air, if anything, it's like Spacey's kind of like recovering like center to low off of stage, and I'm like on ledge and I grab ledge, but can't really imagine a lot of other situations.
Gotcha. So like this like back air is still a good move. Marth doesn't do it on stage just because he has even better things, but like it is still objectively a very strong move.
Mm-hmm. I also wanted to ask how, because I've never really thought about this now. How come this situation is not an example of this question, but the question is, why do Marths do a lot of like turnaround shield stop into like wave dash back into onto ledge or anything like that? Is that just for like, is that micro spacing? Is that like just
easy, consistent?
Okay.
It's easy, consistent. Like, I mean, if you want to, like, how do you grab the edge?
That, like, just exactly how Zane did. It's like dash back, wave dash, or dash back, wave dash back to fast fall, grab ledge.
Yeah, so, like, let's look at this. So, by doing this dash forward, if Ossify had jumped forwards, like, even more aggressively, then Zane can potentially, like if Ossify didn't get to hit so far, by doing that dash forward and then after the wave dash and then stopping, Zane can potentially decide if he wants to dash dance and then run off fair or run off fair right away. So there's like there's a decision point there if he wants it. In addition to that, I would then say that like it's just an efficient motion in general. Following that initial check, you then dash inward, then you grab the edge quickly using Marth's slow traction. It just kind of like sets you up in a lot of useful ways to like cover things well. It takes you out, like it moves you out of danger a little bit during parts of it. It's overall fairly efficient. I feel like in this game you don't need speed in a lot of spots as much as you need like good like setup. Like you need to give yourself access to the things that you need to win a situation. And a lot of times it's not like just getting onto the ledge as fast as possible, but rather like covering the things that come up during the edge guard as they come up. So
Right.
it's kind of he's kind of just naturally broken the movement up into like good units. Like spots where it's easy for him to change his mind or like adjust his decision point. That's also one of the advantages to wave dashing too, because they all take about like 13 plus frames. So like they themselves are a good reaction point.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is crazy. So, what do you think of all that?
Clean.
Yeah! It's hard to
Yeah.
combo like this in this matchup. So one thing I want to point out, the tomahawk.
I was gonna say I really like the tomahawk grab.
What? Oh yeah, I know why I like it. Why do you like it?
I like it because, one, it hasn't really been displayed that much within this set.
Okay.
So I think like the mental stack is like a little on the low priority of Ossify looking out for that. And it's also like at this high a percent, like a weak fair is like, or not at this low a percent, a weak fair can kind of lead into like a pretty strong lead follow up. So and then like the grab is just kind of like a what's the word? A surprise.
Mm-hmm. So the other thing I'd say here is when is Marth going to put it? When are Marth's attacks from this position going to hit his shield? Are they going to hit high or low?
High.
You think that a Marth in that spot is going to like when Marth is like up here, they're going to hit like high on the shield? They're going to fast fall into like
Oh, sorry. You're like low on the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's all good. But what I'm getting at here is that like with this is really this kind of spot is good for this kind of spot is good in general because the Marth here knows that the Marth here wants to do low aerial because they're that's how you would space. He's too close for the Marth in the air is too close for him to be able to like defend on the basis of of attacking like away from the other Marth. Like he has to hit low in order for this to work.
Mm-hmm.
But the Marth on the ground isn't sure there's basically like a lot of ways this Marth can do their aerials, but the one that he really wants to do is low. And I think that the other Marth knows it. So with that in mind, yeah, he's going to do low aerial. One thing that you might want to consider though, if you're in this kind of spot, just up being.
When I'm shielding like this, yeah.
Just up being like early before the Marth lands. Or like
Yeah.
as they're like about maybe like here in their jump. Like he's about here, like his feet are about here. So I'd say like he's gonna start no, we'll use a box because that's like that's gonna easier to convey. So basically Marth is here right now. So when he's on his way down and gets to about here.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining right now, like I'm playing Game & Watch and PM.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I get scared whenever anyone's on my shield and I just up B away.
Yeah. Because really, as long as his legs get hit by it, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
But as for the attacking side of this, what I'd say here is definitely the key takeaway, Tomahawk.
Yeah.
And like Tomahawk, especially mid combo, and especially on dropped combo. Because like if the opponent barely gets out, again, you've already set up your jump, then like this is really strong because it's also like they're on the back foot, they don't have as much time to like assess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice the instant that Ossify is falling in that like location that we said,
Goes for the downside.
Yep, gets rid of him.
And gets hit by.
Yeah. So what are you learning about? So what are the things you're learning about this matchup? What are some of the or what questions do you have yet unanswered in this matchup? Like what are some things that you want to know before we hit time? Because I think that we've covered a lot of general stuff, but I think that we might need to put it together. But I also want to make sure that you don't have any like big picture questions that we're not like touching at all.
No, I don't really have any. I don't have any questions, not necessarily.
Okay, what do you have?
I have. I don't know. There's like a level of like weird uncertainty of um like applying everything, I think.
Okay. So let's break down one more situation. Let's break down another situation or two using the work back, like one more situation using the work back method. I think this is where we lay out the steps because I think that it would. Do you think that would help if we looked at something like that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's a part of this matchup that like I think you're pretty good about like knowing to dash behind people. I think you're pretty good about like knowing like how to fare and stuff. What do you what do you think would be most helpful to you from what you're seeing between these two? Like what's a skill that they have that seems that you don't really connect with but like looks strong and you want to like take something from it?
Oh man. There was at that last edge guard there, the neutral B, like fall off neutral B. I've been working on that personally. But I've been working on just like the motion of like doing it and not like SDing off of it. But I've been struggling to apply it in games where, because I sometimes in like spots where like the Marth's slow like that, I just like kind of default to bear.
I think that bear is usually better. Like I'll level with you. I
Yeah.
think bear is like better the vast majority of the time. Let's say maybe not shield breaker. I think that shield breaker is kind of niche. What about like
It definitely is.
What about what throw you do?
That I'm lost in actually because my throw follow up doesn't like I have no like percentages that I look out for when I choose up throw or when I choose F throw or down throw.
Gotcha. So, let's actually look at Ossify here, because Ossify does a great job of knowing what throw to do when on this first stock. So down throw, because we want to get we want. So why do you think he down throws here?
It knocks down and leads into attack.
Does F throw knock down?
Not at this percent.
When does F throw knock down? Mr. Smarty
like,
Pants.
Like, I think like 12 or something like before double digits. I don't remember.
We will consult the calculator, because the calculator will just straight up know, and knowing is half the battle. Let's see.
It is.
Let's see here. So do we knock down yet? Nope. 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 Okay. Cool. So we need forward throw to put him to. We need to be doing. It needs to. Okay. So this is doing 4. He needs to go to 11.
4 knocks down. Okay.
Yeah. So this is so. Let's grab this one. We're gonna grab this one because this is like instructive, and we're gonna say down throw because of what?
It knocks down and leads into a tech chase at low percent.
Down throw? No, down throw below. It was 7, right? I've closed it. Whatever. It was 11. No, it was 11. So it would down throw before 7. No, below 7%, because F throw needs to put them at 11%. That was a bad whatever. It's fine.
That was a doctor's signature right
It
there.
is a doctor's signature. You know what? I'm a doctor. Dr. Kaze. So this is important. So then what we see here is then like what does he do with the next grabs? Forward throws, because it knocks over now.
Yeah.
Now at this next one he grabs and he up throws. Why do you think he up throws?
Because he knows the magical percent.
What is it? What is this? So this is a Marth Ditto percent thing. So this is like just pure percent, like good old fashioned percent up know-how. So this is a Mewtwo King thing that I know from like this is like dipping into the annals of history. But
Okay.
Up throw at 20 because tipped fares combo together. The tip fares connect. No combo. Combo if you hit them. If you hit the first. because it knocks down. Like, it inflicts tumble, which means... So, cool thing about tumble, if your fair inflicts tumble on an airborne opponent, then what it does is, it means that there's a certain amount of stun that you've reached. And in that case, that stun is at least 32 frames. Marth's fair has a duration of 30, so you know that the fairs can link, so long as you get close enough.
And they like can't reversal off of it. I see.
Correct. So, this is just some good old fashioned like Mewtwo King know-how.
Yeah.
But like it's useful because like this helps govern which throw we want to do, because we don't want to do things at percents where there's like a ton of risk involved, because that's no bueno. But we also don't want to do things like we don't want to do things that aren't strong, but we also don't want to take on more risk than we have to. So this is kind of like where the breakpoints are.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna stop streaming. Let's do, like, I have somebody at 6, but they are not responding yet, so let's quickly do our takeaways and jot these down. So, okay. I'm gonna pass it to you. What is something you learned? What is something you're gonna take away from the session?
Advantage state and okay, let me wrap my head around everything right now. So,
yeah,
it was the first topic.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was well, it's funny because the first topic kind of leads into like the throw game that we also capped off the session with. So I'm convoluting everything right now in my brain. So the first thing that I kind of learned was of realizing when my opponent is kind of in the corner.
Let me help you out here. So advantage. We'll call this one advantage state 1. How many uppers have you seen? Not many, right?
Yeah, I guess not. No.
Right, because all the combos are doing what? They're
pushing
all
away.
Right, they're all push combos. So like punish. No, so we can say punish game. Focus it. No, punish game at high level. No, at high level. Seems to trend towards RTCs to build damage and to build damage and control, and maintain and hold control. So that's one thing. Leading to a push style combo with fairs, nairs, etc. F smashes, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that that is a fairly reasonable comment to make, right? Like we're basically just saying that we want to push the opponent into our good positions. So then let's say let's do the next one. So advantage state 2, grab game has a structure. No, has a percent based structure. 0 to 7 down throw. No, 0 to 6 down throw. 7 to 19 F throw, and then 20 plus F throw or U throw, depending on what you're looking for. Right?
Yeah, and then it leads into a move. It leads into fair.
Yeah. Another big thing I would say is punish structure 1. And punish structure 1. Lots of the strongest after hitting a fair or a descending fair during combos, the follow-ups that come after are largely based on DI mix-ups, e.g. tipper F smash, nair slash fair, etc. Right? Because that's a big thing we noticed. Back air is important.
Yeah, using it as an edge guarding tool.
Yeah, edge guarding 1, and then bear off stage. How would you describe the bear he's doing? Because, like, the ones where you jump off really far.
When he drops off of a ledge?
No, when he jumps off stage. Like, the ones that, like, where he flies super far off. Like, because he's not grabbing the edge with his back air. You know, neither of them are grabbing the edge for their back airs a lot of the time. They're just going off and doing them. Or, like, jumping up and doing them.
Yeah, like full hopping. Yeah. How do I describe it?
Yeah. Or, like, do you think that would be a sufficient note? Just, bear is a strong edge guard tool outside of, like, ledge pop aerials.
Yeah, because it just, there's just, like, a lot of threat. Even if they try recovering high, there's a lot of threat range that bear possesses and outranges any move that Marth facing forward, recovering recovering to the stage, can't really, like, combat, in a sense.
Yeah, so bear is a strong edge guarding tool with a lot of threat above it. Above it, bracket can be strong even when used outside of no ledge hop aerials. And then I'm gonna say for bear edge guarding tool, no edge guarding 2, bear's hitbox travels down to up, making it excellent for tracking jumps. For tracking and stuffing jumps. Double jumps. Yeah. And I think with that, the very last thing is initiation positioning. So when hitting things like nair or D-tilt at in early game. Being conscious to trying to do hit in spots where you're safe via grab with your after, and can pressure with things more freely / wait and observe and punish. Cool. So do you think this is all good? Or is there anything else you want? Huh?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Do you not want a lot?
No. I'm. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna hit cut on the